Early voting is happening in northern New York right now ahead of next Tuesday's Election Day. On the ballot this year, a chance to weigh in on potential changes to the state's constitution. NBC5's Benny Nazai has more on what to expect if you're headed to the polls.
Debt limits on spending for small city schools to sewage projects are all on the ballot for New York State voters. The first proposal has to do with school spending, specifically if smaller districts and communities with less than 125,000 people can raise their debt limit. Right now, urban districts in that population can only borrow up to 5% of its property tax base. The proposal would raise the cap to 10%, which would be in line with district spending limits statewide. In the North Country, this would impact the Plattsburgh City School District. Skidmore political science professor Ronald Seib says raising the debt limit would go a long way for city schools.
Sometimes you have to spread out a construction project over a number of years when you can really now do it all at once, which makes a lot more sense just in terms of cost.
The second proposal has to do with sewage facilities. Municipalities have a debt limit of anywhere between 7 to 10%, but have a key carve-out for borrowing money to repair sewage systems. That amendment expires every 10 years, and voters will have to decide whether to renew it until 2034. Seib emphasizes the need to have functioning sewage systems.
If we're not keeping our water treatment and sewage treatment plants up to code, if they're not safe, then you're really putting people in harm's way.
Local leaders worry about voters not having full knowledge of these issues.
Those things are really not out front and center, and people don't really know what they're voting on. I would suspect a lot of people just don't even vote on them.
But Seib and local leaders say it's still important for voters to pay attention to ballot measures.
This is very kind of technical, very, very kind of abstruse stuff. And the language is also not very inviting either when you start talking about debt limits and sewage treatment. So it can be rather off-putting or rather demobilizing. But I do think these are important ballot measures.
Voters are highly encouraged to reach out to their county's Board of Elections for questions about what's on the ballot. In Plattsburgh, Benny Nazai, NBC5 News.